He was the silent star whose influence is still heard loud and clear in Hollywood. David Pogue looks back at film pioneer Buster Keaton.
Now arriving back on the scene, it's Buster Keaton. Silent film star, comedian, acrobat, director, special effects innovator, and now the subject of 2 new biographies and an upcoming movie.
He was way ahead of his time, even as a sort of film pioneer.
Bill Irwin is a stage and screen actor and a famous clown himself. What influence did Buster Keaton have on you?
He's a great storyteller. I just want to be able to speak with the body the way he can. I remember that from being a young clown.
You got pretty good at it.
I kept trying.
Keaton began performing at age 4 in his parents' vaudeville act.
It was about a mischievous boy taunting his father on stage, and the father then grabbing the son, often by a suitcase handle that his mother sewed onto the back of his costume, and just kick him around the stage, throw him into the scenery, throw him into the backdrop.
Dana Stevens is the movie critic for Slate. Her new book is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Paramount Global. We met at Kaufman Astoria Studios, where Keaton and other silent film stars once made their movies.
He never got to go to school, he never had a steady home, but he always talked about his childhood as something that he was very happy to have had.
Keaton's golden age began in 1920 when he wrote, directed, and starred in what are now considered some of the best movies ever made. His nickname was the Great Stoneface. He never smiled on camera. As he said in a 1960 interview,
"Well, you see, I learned that from the stage. If I laughed at what I did, the audience didn't. So by the time I went into pictures, not smiling was mechanical with me."
He doesn't flinch, and then he gives it a beat before he realizes, and then he reacts.
Bill Irwin finds Keaton genius in this classic gag.
If it were me, I'd go, "Oh, thank God I lived through it," but he went, "Wow," and then he exited.
In 1927, at the peak of his success, Keaton made what he later called the worst mistake of his life. He joined the movie-making machine known as MGM Studios. His improvisational working habits, his creative freedom, and his independent film career were over.
And it really, I think, just broke him as a performer and as a person. His marriage was also falling apart separately from that. He was starting to drink too much.
By 1933, alcoholic and miserable, he had lost his marriage, his home, and even his MGM job. But
I think that it's often focused on a lot, that he had this sort of giant decline.
Keaton Talmadge is a professional voice actor and Buster's great-granddaughter.
The irony isn't lost on me. My great-grandfather made a living being silent, and I make a living talking all the time.
She points out that Buster's life had a third act.
People forget that there was a definite uphill after that, where he contributed to some great comedic television. I got to do commercials and just be on set, where he was in a very happy, wonderful marriage.
And all you do is this.
This 1965 documentary captured some rare footage of Keaton off camera, smiling, in fact. Buster Keaton died at age 70 of lung cancer. But his film work never really left. You can see this Keaton stunt echoed in Mission Impossible 6. Or this Keaton gag living on in the movie Inception. Or Keaton's submarine rescue joke reprised in You Only Live Twice. And of course, Keaton's house facade gag is one of the most imitated shots in comedy.
So he doesn't make it, he falls out of frame, I hope to some protective net. But then they wrote these gags that got him down the rest of the building. Oh.
According to Bill Irwin, the theme of Keaton's life its ups and its downs, might be resilience.
You hit the ground and get back up again. Keaton did that all his life. He hit the floor, hit the ground, got up again.